Well, welcome back to Doc's Hot Shop and Forge. So today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm putting together some hammer making kits for my Etsy, which will yield a nominally 2-pound-ish wrought iron body hammer. Now, the style I'm going to make out of this piece is going to be a Scandinavian style Viking-ish pattern, cross-peen. Largely because this piece already has a hole in it. Now, being axle, there are a couple of holes usually in these for mounting them to the wooden framework of the wagon they come from. I tend to excise these, and this one just happened to be within the length or almost in the middle of a length. I'll be facing it with some vintage spring steel. Both pieces are a little bit oversized, so I can forge them down to the correct size. Now, for this particular one, once I've got the facing steel forged down, I will actually weld it, just tack it, stick weld it to the body, weld on the main face, and then the other one. And then once I've got those in place, I will then slit the hole to the full width, draw out, so forge in the eye and then draw out the ears. If you were doing this at home, I highly recommend forging on the faces first and then doing the eye, because this is wrought iron. You do have to work it hot, and if you are then trying to weld on the faces once you've got the eye slit, the cheeks will actually bow out quite a lot because it is very soft. So I recommend doing the eye last. But let's see how we go with this one. Let's get the forge lit, let's have some fun, and we'll see how this turns out. I haven't really used one that's already got a hole punched in it already, so we'll see how we go. So the first bit we've got to do is forge down these face plates. Now this one is for the cross peen that started out as 1 inch. On it, probably about 15 or so. That's about where we are now. And we needed a bit over 30, so that's where we are. Just need to make the faces flat. Just give that a little touch up on the grinder just to get a good clean metal surface for metal to metal contact. achieve is a good, flat and corrosion scale-free surface for both of the welding surfaces. So, this one we're going to weld on. All we're going to do, for the main face, all we're going to do, center it up so that we've got about the same amount of excess all the way around. And then we're just going to tack a couple of the, just on the corners to keep it in place. And really, when we've done the actual setting the weld, we can grind that out and it's gone. And then when we forge in this little bit of excess that we've got here, that all disappears. Before we weld on this end though, we do have to draw this down to that width so that we have that option there so we can weld it in place. The alternative is to weld a full width piece on and hope your weld is good enough when you're drawing out the pin that it doesn't shear off. So, let's get the main face welded on. We'll set that weld, then we'll draw this down a little bit so that this one will fit. Tack it on, weld it in place, and then we'll do the eye. As you can see, it doesn't have to be welded a lot, it's just the tiniest little tacks in the corner just to hold it together. At this point, we just want it hot enough that we can melt the flux in. Get it, anhydrous is way better than the hydrous borax. It doesn't rob you of as much heat when it boils off the water. Welding heat. That gas bottle's given out. If you're not seeing fumes from your flux, you're not anywhere near hot enough. You need to see that white smoke. That's a bit sad. I think the flood stole one of my hammers. The hammer in particular that I'm missing is the one that I made specifically for blending in seams on making small anvils. I guess that hammer was light enough to float with its handle. Guess I'll have to make another one. So for this, I'm going to try and use the ball peen on this one. I'm not sure that's going to be adequate, but it's the best I've got at the moment. a weld holder. Okay, so we draw out the peen a little bit. Up, too cold. What I love and hate about wrought iron. Almost. Right now, I'm trying to control this area. Okay, I think we're nearly at welding heat. I've just refreshed the flux. Oh yeah. time to work the eye. And we're through. Very, very hot. I've got a slight bow in the body of the hammer. I've gone too much the other way. Much better. Now for this bit I'm going to be a little bit tricky. I'm going to put the drift in and then I'm going to tap on the end to drive it down on itself. With the drift in, it should keep the eye from collapsing. Time to serial number and touch mark it. That's it, we're done. There you go. Okay, so this is where I'm going to leave off. This one is hot from the tempering oven. Looks really good. I quite like it. The cheeks are nice and uniform. They're pretty symmetrical. It weighs in at 800 grams. The blanks weigh in at 950-ish grams, give or take 5 grams, which is a little bit over 2 pounds. So it's what, 2 pound 4 ounces, something like that. They are 4 3/4 inches long, 1.25 inches square, which is 32 by 120 millimeters. Let me know in the comments down below if you'd like me to include the facing material. I've got plenty of this vintage spring material. In fact, I've probably got more than enough to supply with the blanks. I've got probably about 12 of these ready to roll. So look out for those on my Etsy. But yeah, the decision is, do I include the steel for the facing, or will you guys supply what you're comfortable working with? I'm comfortable working with vintage materials. So that's where I'm going to leave off. It has been a really fun project. I'd forgotten how much fun these were to make. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it, hit the thumbs up. Feel free to share on social media, and if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button. When you do, don't forget, ring the notification bell. So get out to your shop, have some fun, but above all, stay safe, and I'll catch you for the next one.